Will the Dallas Cowboys be the surprise team of 2025? Speak. Los Angeles Lakers fans were jumping for joy when the news broke of Mark Walter and his ownership group stepping in and buying the team for a whopping $10 billion. The initial prognosis suggested Jeannie Buss would remain governor of the team, and a follow-up report that recently came from NBA insider Sam Amick will offer a time frame that is longer than desirable. Amick wrote, per a team source, Buss' agreement with Walter and the NBA stipulates that she'll remain the team's governor for at least the next 5 seasons. One of the biggest question marks that left fans wondering after the sale was how the power structure internally would look. Buss retaining the position of governor was expected by most, but many had questions of whether this would play out similarly to an instance like when Mark Cuban sold the Dallas Mavericks. That does not look to be the case. Amick's report suggests Buss will keep the reins over the team for the foreseeable future. That could mean the potential impact of the new ownership group will not truly be seen for quite some time. Lakers set to experience more of the same amid ownership change. Those hoping for sweeping changes in Los Angeles after Walter's takeover will be left disappointed with the news. The balance of power internally appears to still reside with the Buss family. There was a time when that was undoubtedly a good thing. However, recent years have raised concerns over the type of accountability that exists with the current regime. The troubling thought with Amick's claim of things staying relatively stagnant for at least the next 5 seasons is Buss will preside over the prime years of Luka Doncic with the Lakers. Their newest superstar just turned 26 and is headed for the most crucial years of his career. The worry here would be those best years of Doncic being wasted with a front office that is not quite up to par to surround him with a proper championship contender. The initial start in free agency has certainly added to that doubt. No one expected Rob Pelinka to pull a rabbit out of a hat and suddenly materialize the best team in basketball that is head and shoulders above the rest of the league. However, the hope was there would be more done to give them a fighting chance in 2025 to 26. More of the same right now is not thought by many to be a good thing. The unfortunate reality is it may take some time here before that changes, and the fingerprints of Walter's group are all over the organization. With Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton, the Los Angeles Lakers should be feeling good about their standing in the West next season. Instead, the situation is growing increasingly unstable as tensions rise between the organization and its biggest star, LeBron James. According to one anonymous executive, the franchise is clashing with King James over what's being called an idiotic off-season strategy. Yeah, usually when a star player like LeBron opts into his contract, the team announces the move, an NBA executive told HoopsWire. I find this very strange. Something is definitely going on behind the scenes. I mean, the odds of LeBron getting traded are very, very low. His salary is just too high. But I think LeBron and the Lakers front office are butting heads. They haven't had an impressive offseason at all, and then there are rumors that Rob Pelinka is saving cap space for 2027. That's just idiotic when you have LeBron and Luka Doncic. LeBron just recently opted into the final year of his deal, worth a whopping $52.6 million in the 2025-26 season. It's a major financial hit for the Lakers, but it's expected to keep them competitive after James averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game on 51.3% shooting in the 2024-25 campaign. For years, LeBron has been the face of the franchise, and GM Rob Pelinka has been happy to cater to James before. This summer, however, the relationship has changed. As LeBron has pressured the organization to make win-now moves, Pelinka has been reluctant to sign any long-term prospects. He hopes to keep the team's cap flexibility intact for 2027, when a potentially historic class of elite free agents is expected to hit the market. This quiet and patient approach does not align with LeBron's team-building vision. At 40 years old, James doesn't have time to wait for this squad to develop into a contender. If it were up to him, the Lakers would be doing everything they can to build the best roster they can to challenge the likes of the Thunder, Nuggets, and Timberwolves in the West. Unfortunately for James, he's not the Lakers' main priority anymore. Ever since Luka's arrival, his desires have come secondary. At 26 years old, Doncic is built for long-term success, and the Lakers will not do anything to compromise that. even if it means displeasing number 23. As for what comes next for LeBron and the Lakers, only time will tell. After opting into his $52.6 million contract, there aren't many teams willing or able to absorb that kind of salary, especially with free agency looming in 2026. Why pay a premium now when you might be able to sign him outright next summer? If the Lakers can't find a way to align their vision with LeBron's, this partnership could be entering its final chapter. With pressure mounting from all sides, the coming season could either be a swan song or the beginning of a quiet divorce between the king and the franchise he brought back to glory. LeBron James is no longer the centerpiece of the Los Angeles Lakers franchise. With the roster now being built around Luka Doncic, James' role has shifted. He recently picked up his $52.6 million player option, positioning himself for unrestricted free agency in 2026. As a result, the likelihood of a trade is higher than it's been in years. With LeBron and the Lakers reportedly not in the best place, Grant Hughes of Bleacher Report floated a trade scenario that would send the 40-year-old NBA icon to the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs receive LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers receive Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sochan, 2027 first-round pick via Atlanta. Hughes explains, if this is merely a one-season rental after which James hits free agency and leaves, the price the Spurs are paying is still probably worth it. The value of James' mentorship could be massive for Wembanyama, whose game and demeanor make him far more complementary to LeBron than Luka Doncic is in Los Angeles. Hughes also suggests that, from LeBron's perspective, there's a strong case that Victor Wembanyama could outperform Doncic next season, and in every season after that. If James is chasing one more title, the Spurs might be better positioned to help him get it than the LA Lakers, who just like key starter Dorian Finney-Smith leave for nothing in free agency. For the Lakers, the trade would provide much-needed wing depth. While LA might push for additional draft assets, the Spurs could hold firm, knowing few other teams can match their offer of quality rotation players with minimal long-term salary commitments. That said, it's worth noting that multiple reports suggest San Antonio's top target this summer remains Giannis Antetokounmpo.